Hello and welcome back to episode 34 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. I've had to come back slightly early because there's been some events happening. So we've got a job interview offer from Hull, another one from Millwall, and also we've been tipped as favourites for Sunderland as well. All three jobs are in the Championship. As you can see, there's a lot of availabilities in the Championship from teams down the bottom of the league. The question is do we go for one of these jobs or do we stick with Exeter in the hope that something such as, and I've seen it in here on the security, such as the Newcastle job perhaps, crops up. So it's a stick or twist situation. So I'll cut through the credits and I will catch you for the first of two games, which instead of being Forest and Brentford will be Sunderland and Forest. So stay tuned and I'll catch you shortly. And welcome back. So before I take you through the starting lineup, a quick catch up on where we are since you were last here. So we played a few games following the Millwall Bristol City games. We beat Hull 3-2, drew with Peterborough, and then we went on a bit of a poor run, but it was against Fulham, Derby and Blackburn. Derby well and truly wiped the floor with us. Fulham were well and truly dominant. We were unlucky against Blackburn to go down 1-0. But then we managed to pick up an away win at Middlesbrough, which has been a bit of a highlight, and it's got the morale up again. Being said then, starting lineup against Sunderland is Tim Carney in goals, Hume at left back, we've got Mason and Gabadebo at centre half, Facey at right back, Robertson and John Carroll in the middle of the park, West out on the left, Kirk in the support striker role, Broom on the right, and Jovchev playing up front. Jovchev's been a bit of a barren spell, he's not scored in a while. So I'm hoping he can get back firing because he's not been as prolific as I perhaps thought he would be. So we'll just get through the initial team talk. Probably be a carry on where you were from the last game. Well, let's do a bit of a revenge because last time we played them, they beat us. And here we go, let's get into it. Home game, so we're not favourites, but the odds aren't quite as against us as they have been in some of the other games. Here we go then. Chance down the right. Kurt gets to deliver it into Jovchev. Robertson picks up the scraps, but he's giving the ball away. It's going to give Sunderland a chance to break. West got the ball back. He's found down the right to Broom. Charges into the box and lets his shot go just wide. So a promising start. But again, nothing is clear cut as of yet. This would be a good one if we could get two in a row. I mean, we've managed to keep that average of a point per game. 46 might not quite be enough, but it's going to be there or thereabouts. I definitely think we need to strengthen in the January transfer window. Again, let me know in the comment sections what you think, but I definitely think a centre half would probably help strengthen us and stop us conceding quite so many, because that's where we're losing a lot of points. Cameron West popping up with a goal there. He's been playing right wing a lot for us recently and he was getting an absolute slating from the fans. So we've just switched it about a little bit. Put Broom out on the right and seen if West can be a bit more prolific on the left. And he's already starting to make some gains in terms of performance on that left-hand side. So a positive change indeed. 20 minutes into the game then, 1-0 up. Not looking too bad. But these games in the Championship, they've been harsh. Whereas before, on the promotion push in the previous season, where we were dominating lots of games and we were getting 2 or 3 goals ahead, it's not happening in the Championship. Quite often we'll go a goal up and get beat by 2 or 3. It's just a really tough league and there's some huge teams in there. So fighting for every point is going to be a long and drawn out affair. It's going to be nervy. It's going to be hard, but that's the challenge and that's what we enjoy, isn't it? So we'll keep going. We'll keep trying to build year on year, window on the playing squad. But we have already had another couple of disgruntled players coming in saying they're not getting as much start time as they would like. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of rotating too many players because we have to fight for every point we can get. But we will carry on as best we can. Tom Ince is one we're hoping to offload in the January transfer window. because he's another one that's causing issues in the dressing room, which does affect your team's morale, and morale's massive in this version of Football Manager. Just as we said, just before half-time, George Grant's just got in for Sunderland and managed to level it. A terrible time to concede. Sunderland, another one of the teams that we've been linked with in a job, although we haven't had an interview with them yet. I did do the interviews for the Hull and Millwall job, and the reason I brought this game forward is you'll see if any job offers come through from there, and then we'll probably delay the decision. And if anyone's got a strong opinion in the comment section, we'll go with any majority if there is anybody. Otherwise, we'll probably take the high profile job, because albeit we're doing well with Exeter, a team such as Sunderland, Millwall or Hull will probably help us achieve the Premiership dream quicker in terms of years. So we'll see how it develops. We might not get offered any jobs. I might have stunk out the interview room. You never know. We'll just have to wait and see. So how we're gone in the game then. Performance has died off a little bit. Really need to find a way to get Jovchev more involved and more chances to him. I just get the feeling he's not seeing the ball in the right areas. Kirk as well is having a quiet game this game. We've perhaps been the more dominant side, but it's not anything drastic. I mean, look, they've had more shots on target than us. Looks like a chance for Sunderland here. Gabadeba's got it back though. Kirk plays a long ball over that's to no one. I mean, for a player of his quality, that's a terrible ball. And that's allowing Sunderland to push through. Hopefully is he going to get to deliver anything into the box? Yeah, he is. We've managed to kind of get it clear. But then it's broken through to Brewster, and yeah, it's too easy. I think that's a weak area for us, that centre-half position. I was looking at the transfer market and some of the players who've been scouting. I mean, Alvin Mason is a fantastic player, and he's touted as a championship player. But Gabadebo and McDonald and some of the others, they just aren't quite there yet in terms of current ability. They've got the potential, no doubt about that, but it's their current ability. And at this stage of the save, it's current ability that we need, not potential. We don't have time to bring players on. We need them to be good now. So maybe in the January transfer window we have to cut away some of our promising players in terms of potential and get some instant impact in terms of performance. So we'll see. It's a fine balancing act. And again, if anyone's got any top tips or they've experienced this before, that kind of transition phase after you get promoted, how do you effectively change your entire team? Obviously, you won't have to change everyone. If you've got high potential players, they'll develop into that league performance-wise. But how do you naturally rotate players out to make sure all your players are capable of playing at this level? Because I think we're still carrying a couple positions that are, like Hume at left-back's an example. He's assessed as a League 2 player. Oh, sorry, a League 1 player, not a Championship player. So again, there's areas around the team that we need to strengthen. But there you go, first game down. 2-1 loss at home to Sunderland. Again, went a goal up and conceded 2 goals. So it's quite hard to take points, hard to come by. That's let them jump above us and leapfrog us. So I'll click through and get us ready for the next game. And hopefully we can turn this form around and get at least a point. So stay tuned and I'll catch you shortly. And welcome back for the second match of the episode, which is an away game at Nottingham Forest. A couple slight tweaks and changes, but I'll take you through them as we go through the starting lineup. So Chimkani in goals. We've got Hume at left back. Mason and McDonald in the centre partnership at the back. McDonald's coming for Gabadebo. Facey at right back. We've got Robertson and John in the middle of the park. Tamplin's coming on the left-hand side with West moving across to the right. Broom dropping onto the bench. Kirk plays in that attacking playmaker role. Although I may slip him back to shadow striker again soon, because I'm not quite sure if it's working out as well as I want. And Jovchev continues up front. We have tweaked the tactics slightly and gone to a more direct style of play. There's been a lot of issues in terms of getting the ball through to Jovchev, and hopefully playing it slightly more direct and breaking quicker will get him a few more opportunities, but we'll see that as this game goes on. So we'll get into it. There's been nothing further developed on the Hull or Millwall jobs, but I'll keep you posted if anything crops up. Nothing to lose. It show people what we're capable of. Again, I think we've been slightly better away from home than we have at home, which is, I don't want to say worrying, but you definitely need to pick up some home points. Here we go, Tim Carney with the ball at the back then. Out to McDonald. He's played it down the wing to West. Oh, as we're breaking up. Facey takes it. Delivered into the box to Jovchev. And again, already he's had more chances in this game than in the last one, so... ball breaks up the other end. Looks like Forrest are going to get a chance. Sorry, is there something biting me in the arm? But I've got it out. I will find where it went later. I think it was a fly or something stuck in my sleeve. There you go. So coming up, well, it's only been 7 minutes. There's already been more chances for us in this game than there was in the last game, so slightly more promising. Again, I'm going to keep an eye on some of the ratings of the players up the front end of the park. Obviously, West moving back onto that right-hand side. He wasn't in great form beforehand, so I'll keep an eye out, see if his form dips again. And then Jovchev and Kirk, just to see how they're playing. Again, I'm going to have to go and look at Kirk's average over the last 10-15 games and try and figure out when I swapped him back to an attacking playmaker role to see if it's benefited him or not. Looks like another chance for Forrest at the minute, breaking up the pitch. I don't know how to pronounce his name, Chyler. And again, far too easy. Shot from the edge of the box. Says it's a sublime finish. Maybe the graphics didn't do it justice, and we are a goal down again. So it's a real struggle. Championship at the minute. We've got to find something to turn it around, whether it's a formation change, a player change, a slight tweak of the tactics in terms of in possession, out of possession. But again, we'll have a look over that over the next couple of games. We're into November, I believe, so it's just a case of getting through to the January transfer window and identifying where we can improve and then making the right moves, because we've only got a small budget. There is room in the wages, but in terms of transfer money, there's not an exceptional amount in there. But again, if there's players transfer listed from Premier League clubs, we might be able to do a little bit of business just to strengthen us for the second half of the season. And again, throw in the comments section if you've noticed any players that probably don't fit in here or haven't been performing as well as they did last season, because I definitely think there's a couple players might need to be moved on to make way for some better current ability players. 33 minutes gone there and 1-0 down. Just give a bit of encouragement to the players. See if we can get them faces green. We like the big green happy faces. There we go. Tamplin's still up. He's never happy. And he was fantastic in the first season we took over at Exeter, despite his really dodgy moustache. He was brilliant. He's just not been on the same form. Goal kick from Sunderland there. Humes picked it up at left back. Goes up to Tamplin. Robertson now. Back to Mason. So it doesn't look like we're going quite as direct as of yet. Passing the ball around well though, which is promising. Again, all the way back to Mason. But again, that ball's wayward. And from what looked like was going to be our highlight, a quick counter from Forrest quickly gets him to the edge of the box. But Hume does well to get the ball away. However, the pressure is still on. Delivered the ball into the box and You've just managed to get that away. So some worrying signs at the back there. And again, I think I said it in the last game, and I'll say it again. I think that's the area that we really need to concentrate on reinforcements. I'd say definitely a left back, definitely another centre half. I think our goalkeeper's fine, but albeit he's on loan. I'd have to look at Facey. I'm not sure if he's if his current ability has him down as a championship player or not, but I'll have a quick look in a minute. Again, it's all well and good saying no one expects anything of us, but that's the same for every game. So I'll just have a quick look at Facey, and it's the way I tend to do it as I go into the so he's a good player for most League 2 sides. But we're not in League 2, we're not even in League 1, we're in the Championship. So we need players that are good in the Championship, not good 2 divisions below. So I think we're identifying the areas we need to improve. It's just a case of making the right adjustments and dipping into the transfer window in the right way. I mean, I've probably made a bit of an error in Jovchev. He looked a great player when we had the opportunity to sign him, but in hindsight, he's more of a deep line forward than an advanced forward, and we actually need the advanced forward. We've seen with Wealdstone in the first couple of series when we had Gomez up front, McKeon, and again last season with the players we had up front, Lavery. We tend to have a pacey attacking advanced forward, and we score a lot of goals with this formation. Jovchev's not got that pace. He's a great technical player, and he can finish better than anyone we've ever had in Wealdstone or Exeter, but he's not quick enough to break the back lines, and that's causing his problems. So here he's on the ball now. He needs some support. Can he find anyone? Goes at the edge to Robertson, and that's a great finish. So back on level pegging at the hour mark. Can we build on this momentum and keep it going forwards? Probably equalised against the run of play slightly, but it's happened to us. It can happen then. What goes around comes around. We've just got to find a way now to see if we can get another one. So Hume with the ball on the left now. Ball breaks to John, just lurking outside the area a little bit. It's gone all the way back to Mason, centre half position. Kirk now on the ball. What a great ball is Jovchev. That's a fantastic finish. And like I said, I won't knock his finishing or his technical ability, but that there just doesn't happen enough. If we can rectify that tactically, then we'll be fine this season. But as it stands, we're just not getting enough chances to fall to Jovchev. Forest answer back straight away, 2-2. So again, a great game for the crowd to watch. Maybe not so good for the managers and the fans' nerves, but there you go. So Hume's playing an absolute stinker at left back. So I'm going to get him off. Get Sparks on. West on the right. I'll get Broom on. Just see if we can inject a little bit of impetus, a little bit of enthusiasm this final stage of the game. Yeah, if Kirk's tired, we'll get him off. We'll give one final shout of encouragement to the players on the pitch. 15 minutes to go. It's by no means is it a do or die situation or a must-win game. But if we could somehow, a point's fine. 3 would be fantastic. But just to take something from the game, just to keep the morale high, just to keep the points cropping up, it's what we need. This first half of the season is going to be a real struggle until we get the right reinforcements in. So we go into the last couple of minutes. 5 minutes of injury time. I don't know where that's come from. That's some proper Alex Ferguson time, that, isn't it? For anyone who doesn't know what I'm on about, just look back at football in the 90s. I mean, it's incredible. Here we go, waiting for the final whistle to go. A much needed and valuable away point. Great game for the neutral. Good to see Jovchev get a goal. And I think, yes, it could boost the morale to the players around as well. So have a quick look at league table. 19th again, 5 points clear of the relegation zone, maintaining that point per game ratio. I think we should be able to, touch wood, improve on that in the second half of the season. But again, the transfer window is going to be key. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Again, put in the comment section what you think in terms of the job offers. Should we go for a Hull, Sunderland, or Millwall if the job opportunity comes? I think we probably should, in terms of club stature, wage budget, and facilities. But again, let me know in the comment sections what your thoughts and feelings are. And I will see you in the next episode. So unless a job offer comes in, I will probably play through, and we'll have a bit of a change up. We'll play the FA Cup third round and the league game after, just to give us a little bit of a break from the constant league games. So once again, thanks for staying tuned, and I will see you next time.